Everyone, and welcome to our live watch along show on Forward Talk podcast. My name is Ozzie, and I'm your host for today. Now, the big game is upon us as Liverpool face Brighton at Anfield in the Premier League. So, right now, we will review the lineups before kickoff begins. And there's a huge talking point in terms of Mohamed Salah. Does he start? Is he in the squad or is he out of the squad? Well, today the confirmation is that he is on the bench. He's not been completely dismissed from the squad, but he's on the bench. So in terms of the lineup, we've got Allison in goal, you've got Kirkes on the left, Van Dijk, Konate, and Joe Gomez completing the back line. And then you've got Gravenberch, you've got Jones in the double pivot. Szoboszlai remains in the right wing's position, and you've got McAllister playing as an advanced midfielder, and you've got Florian Wirtz on the left-hand side, and then you've got Ekitike leading the line. In terms of Brighton, we've got Verbruggen starting in goal. You've got Kadioglu, Dunk, Van Hick, and Weefa completing the back line. Then you've got Hinshelwood, who is reinstated into the lineup alongside Belieber. Gomez on the left, Gruder in that number 10 role, very interesting player. Minte on the right, and Ruta up top. Slightly surprised in regards to Ruta playing as the main striker. Um, I wasn't expecting the inclusions of Gruder and Hinshelwood. So yeah, very, very interesting team selection here from the Brighton manager. Now, in terms of the bench, as I mentioned earlier in the show, Mohamed Salah is on the bench, so he is available to play if needed. Whether Armstrong decides to use him in today's game remains to be seen. And of course, with it being the 13th of December, this is the last game he will be involved in before he flies over to Africa and play for Egypt. So, is this his last game forever in terms of not returning to Liverpool? Because there is, of course, strong speculation that he will be leaving the club because of the comments he made last week against Leeds United in the post-match interview. So only time will tell, and I'm sure we'll get some sort of indication today whether it's him getting the last 5 minutes on as a player or him waving farewell to the crowd. I'm sure we'll be able to read between the lines and see what is happening. But let's focus on the game. Kickoff has just begun. We've got Jones pressing aggressively in the front. Does really well for Bruggen. Ends up kicking the ball out of play. So in terms of the bench, we've got Isak, Salah, Chiesa, Mamadashvili, Robertson, Calvin Ramsey, and Gamoa. Oh, what a start for the Reds. What a start for the Reds. No time wasted there at all, was there? That certainly caught me off by surprise. Great finish there from the French striker. Great finish there. Let's have a look at the replay again. Poor clearance from Minte. Gomez just really wants to hit the ball down, touch, and bang. What a finish. Because the ball's bouncing, and he kind of had to hit it over the keeper, but in a very aggressive fashion. Like he pretty much blasted it over his head. Half volley there. Fantastic finish there from Ekitike. Brave play there from Joe Gomez with that header to lay it off for Ekitike touch, and bang. Most strikers would probably hit that over the bar, so great finish there from Ekitike. But yes, in terms of the bench, we've got some viable options. So we'll see, if any of those players will be involved today. Personally, based on the players that have been selected for the first 11 and the bench, I personally would have started Salah today, um, and play suppose in the 10 and then have Verts on the left. But or bring on Chiesa. Chiesa plays on the left, and you have Verts in the number 10, and then you've got Sabozza on the right. So I feel like one of sorry, Chiesa or Salah should have started today. Isak is not fully fit. That's probably why he hasn't started. He picked up a knock in the previous game, so that's probably why he hasn't started. But hey, so far so good. Can't complain in terms of the start from Liverpool. Got a few comments here. Ozan says, "My guy Ozzie with the fade." Oh yes, that means we're collecting all 3 points as in view. So Ozan. About that fade, saucy pause. Yeah, pause indeed. But appreciate the words there. Show us the size. Yeah, I normally get a 0.5 fade. That's how I do my things. To be fair, um, Ekiti cannot be dropped. No, he can't be dropped. I'm I'm slightly surprised we reverted back to the 4-2-3-1 formation. Uh, Personally, I feel like the 4-4-2 diamond would have been a great sort of foundation for this team in terms of the players that we have in our squad. But maybe that formation was only presented the other day because of our lack of options in the wide areas. That may have been the reason why, which is obviously saying now. But I feel like maybe we could have stuck to it today. But look, nonetheless, Ektiga playing the more central role was impactful immediately in the opening minute. Uh, Honestly, I'm saying Hugo should be the very first name on every team sheet. Yeah, I said alongside Szoboszlai and Jones at the minute for me. My client Verts is very close to that as well, but I think, oh, decent cross there from Gravenberch. Blocked there in the end, but yeah, it has to be Jones, Szoboszlai, and Ekitike. I think Isak needs to work his way into the team. Whether they play, as a two with two strikers or front three, he can't be dropped. Minte, poor clearance there for the goal. Ola says, Ozzy, how much is the fade like that in South London? Depends where you go, to be fair. My barber pretty much gives me mate rates, to be fair. Um, I think generally you're paying about 30, 40 pounds. I'm paying a little bit less, but yeah, it's not, when I was growing up, I was paying like £10 for a haircut. Now it's like, yeah, I think between, I would say 20. It depends as well. Obviously, if you don't have facial hair, then obviously if it's just a haircut, then you're probably paying about 20, 25. But with a beard and shape up and all that stuff, you're paying at least 30, I think. But yeah, I might be wrong. Some people will be like, no, I'm paying 50 quid. So it just depends where you go. But locally, I would say that would be the price range. So yeah, expensive, but unfortunately, everything's expensive nowadays, isn't it? So can't get out of that one, unfortunately. Here in the US, I pay $30 for a fade and a wash of the head. Oh, so over here they don't really like wash your hair and stuff. It will literally just be where you get your fade, you cut the top of your hair, beard. If you want it trimmed and shaped up and stuff, and that's pretty much it. Obviously they'll clean it and stuff, but not, don't really wash hair. A lot of the barbers here, the shops are quite so like smaller spaces, so they don't really have the facility to wash hair. But yeah, so no, I don't even get that. But $30 seems reasonable, to be fair. How much is that in pounds? I'm trying to calculate. About 22, yeah. That's about right, to be fair. Mm. That's roughly how much I'm paying. Yeah, I'm paying about 20. So, but I know other barber shops are more expensive. Just that because I've been with this barber for a while, he gives me a discount. So, um, yeah, big up to my barber. But yeah, I think for the COVID as well, things have changed. Like when I used to get my haircut back in the day, it would be, you'd have to wait forever to get a haircut. Now it's a lot more appointment based, which I'll be honest with you, I absolutely love. Because looking back, I used to wait hours and hours to get a haircut, and then being in a barber shop where you gotta try and find time to pass, whether you have a chit chat with the barber or the person next to you or whatnot, like, or you're glued onto your phone, whatever it is. After a long day of work, it is not the most ideal situation to be in because you're wasting time. Like me thinking about sitting at a barber shop for 2, 3 hours is, yeah, it's not even worth it. So I'm pleased that it's appointment based now. A lot of benefits from having these style of business, but also, of course, in terms of since COVID, you know, some businesses have like benefited. Of course, some haven't, unfortunately. But I think the barbers industry, yeah, if it's appointment based, I feel like it's just comfortable for the customer to do that. But then again, some people like that barber culture where you go in there and you spend hours there just chatting about all sorts of stuff. For me, I might be antisocial in that element there because I just can't be bothered. I've got too much to do. I don't want to waste time. Oh, great tackle there from Konate. Subozai. Ah, come on. Just keep behind on his heels there. Come on, ref. Wasn't stuck on grow a beard. Fair enough. My barber. Do you know what's funny? Sorry, random. I saw a video that Real Ferdinand, his beard is actually not real. He got a beard transplant in Turkey. I didn't even know that was actually a thing. I thought people just said that as jokes because obviously people get hair transplants for the top of their head. But yeah, so he got it for his beard. So you might want to drop him a DM and see if he can get you a good rate there as well. My barber is an Ethiopian lady though. That's all good. She knows how to fade my hair really well too. Yeah, look, doesn't matter if it's male or female. I've had my hair cut from a female and it was cool. Um, but of course, I'm a little bit picky where once I'm used to one barber, I like to go to that specific barber because I don't really need to tell them what to do. I actually just sit on the chair and it's boom. They just cut my hair straight away. I don't have to explain it too much, and then I know it's consistent in terms of what to expect from them as well. So yeah, us men, we can be fussy when it comes to getting haircuts and stuff. So yeah, beard transplant, that's too far though. So I think he so. 'Cause I was like, I saw the title and I'm like, I've got to watch the video now because he was trying to promote the business, and I think he just had patches in his beard, so he was just like, okay, let me get like a transplant on that. I don't really know how it works altogether, but yeah, diabolical. Yeah, that was his thing, and then he got the front done as well. So yeah, also was like first time cross, great. Oh, for verse did enough there to get around Van Heck and shoot. Oh, that was close. So there's two players that I'm really intrigued to seeing from that's a decent effort from Minte. I'll probably add a number three to that. So three players, Minte. But I already know what Minte is about, to be fair. I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce his name correctly. The Koifa? I think the guy on the left hand side. He's a talent. Is he even playing? Let me have a look. Do you know what? I don't even think he's even playing today, is he? Is he on the bench? He's on the bench. So sorry, he's not even playing. So he's number 29. So he's a left back, but he can play left mid, and he's technically really good in my opinion. And Belieber's the one I'm really intrigued to see him play today. I also find it quite fascinating that he plays on the right side of a double pivot despite being left-footed. So I kind of want to see the dynamics of how that would work. And if he's comfortable in that role, I'm thinking way too ahead there. But in a Liverpool team, that he'd offer us quite a bit of flexibility because the likes of Gravenberg, Jones, and McAllister, they actually like to play on the left side of double pivot. So even though he's left footed, but if he prefers the right side, then that's all good, to be fair. That's a great balance for our team. Oh my gosh, look at that. Was that Gomez? Yeah, Gomez with the shot there for not Al Gomez, the the Paraguayan Gomez for Brighton. Just had a shot one-on-one with Allison. Great save there from Allison. Allison read that so well and came out of his line just in time. Fantastic block there. Fantastic block there. Oh, that's it. I mean, I heard that Bobby Firmino pretty much got his entire family white veneers once he got established at Liverpool. Perfect white teeth for the whole family. Do you know who else he recommended it to? Jurgen Klopp. So I'm sure Firmino would have got some referral payments in an abundance there. So yeah, yeah, he actually referred Klopp as well, which is funny. Yeah, who needs presents and gifts and all that stuff, man? Someone like Firmino can just get you veneers for everyone. That was a Christmas present. That's hilarious. Oh, good strength there from Joe Gomez. What's oh, they kept him. Oh, fantastic play, Joe Gomez. Good play, Joe Gomez. He did really well there because when he kept him in play, normally players would like panic and just try and whip in across inside the box. But look at this play. Great strength there. Look at that. Look at that. Gets past Gomez there. Gomez against Gomez. TK. I feel like TK should have done better there. I'm not going to lie, guys. I think he should have done better there. Leaning too back in that moment. If it was like head was a bit more down, he could have like smashed it in low into one of the corners. Chance there for Liverpool. Bro, that there probably made entirely profit for another referral. Oh, 100%. And those referrals won't be like your £100 per customer. It will be like, we're talking probably a thousand because it's like high profile clients that he's probably recommending as well. Of course, his family aren't as high profile. I'm talking about, Jurgen Klopp. So, yeah, good payday for Mina, I guess. Listen, I know we're leading and we haven't played half bad, but Brighton look relentless right now. They are literally going for it. So this is not going to be a walk in the park. I feel like we're a bit too open right now. We've got to try and close it up. Of course, get that second goal, but we're allowing them to have too many chances. They've had about two, three chances where on another day they could have at least been, at least 1 or 2 nil up, maybe 3 nil if they were very clinical. So, these are warning signs here for Liverpool. Cody Gakpo there with his misses and his son there enjoying the game, hopefully. Good block there from Konate on insured. Ekiti on the left channel. Uh, Took too long there to release the ball. Hmm. Well, Ekiti on the left hand side. Mhm. Got a comment here from I was gonna say Ozzie does Ekiti have the skills and football IQ to operate on the left wing. I feel like he does, but I think it's more of a you've made the point of IQ. I think he has the intelligence to play that role, but I think when you're a striker, you kind of just want to be in a central position. So it's more of a mentality thing more than anything else. But in terms of ability, I think he does. Mm. And of course, I don't think he can play as an orthodox left winger. I think he needs to be more of an inside force. So I think it could work, but I don't know. I have to see in a few more occasions to have a concrete answer. Only because when I've seen him play on the left for us, he's pretty much been very direct. Um, but direct in a way where I don't see him as a creator. Ooh. Could Ekitio have passed the ball there rather than shot cross goal? Let's have a look. Look at that strength there from Verts. To be honest with you, I think the shot was on. McAllister wasn't really in a great goal scoring position there. He was literally in the middle of about 3-4 Brighton players. So yeah, not ideal. And very hard to find someone in that moment. As I said, we really need Isak down the middle and both need to start ideally. Yeah, I definitely feel like it should be tested and see how it works from the start rather than just coming off the bench. Because it's different when you come off the bench, you're asked to be direct and go at the fullback. But the way he plays, I see him being more as a striker or a second striker even. I think he can play left wing, but that's only because I think he's very quick and he's good on the dribble. But would he enjoy the aspect of tracking back and supporting a fullback? I'm not quite so sure. Um, so it depends on how the team is set up for him like, to play on that left side as well. Graham, big up Graham, he says Liverpool still not looking good. I was surprised by your take on Salah. I think he was well out of order, and I think Kang was correct. So if that upsets you, oh no, don't worry about that, Graham. Listen, one of the main reasons why I've started the channel is because I don't want all my followers just to agree with me. It's good to have these discussions and debates. So no, it's very much welcome in terms of your opinion. I'll be honest with you, Graham. I didn't agree with Salah's actual comments. Now, in terms of the things he said, I didn't like what he had said, like in terms of the manner, the timing, and airing out your laundry, which you shouldn't really do in public, in my opinion. That should have been kept behind closed doors. So I in that element, I don't agree with what the way he did it. Um, but I have a theory in my head. I feel like he's leaving the club, and I feel like he's been told, "Oh, what a layoff there from Bert's." I think he's been told by the club that, "Oh, we've got interest from Saudi, as an example, and we are basically selling you." Um, in the January window. So I feel like that's what happened. I could be completely wrong, but of course Salah's always been vocal when he's frustrated. But it felt a little bit crazy the way he did it. If I'm being so, I feel like it was a reaction on something that's happened in the back. We'll never know the full picture, I guess, but if he does leave, then it would make sense that something has definitely occurred. If I'm being honest with you, so um, but I agree. I just feel like so that happened on a Saturday, and Jamie Carragher addressed the issues or addressed the interview on Monday. So he had 2 days to gather his thoughts and come up with a more constructed criticism rather than in the manner he did. Like, for example, when I do my shows and the game is finished and I give you my reaction, it's quite raw in terms of emotion. If we've lost and I'm wound up, even that same evening, I will do a match reaction show later, like later in the day. I might be able to communicate my words better because I've had a couple of or a few hours to digest what's happened, but the emotion will still pretty much be there if you get my gist. So he had 2 days to figure out what to say and how to say it, and I just feel like it was presented in a very spiteful manner. He took personal jabs at Mohamed Salah, saying you were nothing before you came, which I don't completely agree with. If you had followed Salah's career, and I was very pleased when we signed Salah, because I knew he was playing very well for Roma. He was prolific. He had 33 GA last year. Speaking of the man, Salah's coming on right now. Um, that means Szoboszlai is at right back. No, Salah won't be at right back. Ozan, it'll be Szoboszlai at right back. So back to the Carragher's comment. I feel like with that, it should have just been where he could have said it in a different way. I think he kind of took it very personal because Salah mentioned his name, that he's going to talk about me in a couple of days. I feel like he just could have been a bit more level headed and said it in a different manner, in my opinion. Steven Gerrard expressed his thoughts on it, and I think he got it pretty much spot on. Where he said he didn't agree with Salah's comments, but being thrown on the bus, that's no, that you don't say that out in the public. That's for you and the manager to talk about. But he understood his frustration, and that's what I felt in regards to Salah as well. So Mohamed Salah is on the pitch now. As I mentioned, he'll be playing on the right side. This formation pretty much suits him because he's playing, as a right winger rather than a right midfielder in a 4-4-2. Now you've got Szoboszlai, unfortunately, makeshift right back. But that's a concern in terms of Joe Gomez. I'm not sure. I just because obviously I'm talking to you, but I just saw him lying, sitting down on the floor. I'm hoping it's a little tweak, nothing too serious. Go on, Verts. Look at that strength. Breezes past two players with ease there. Go on, TK. Verts is looking really good today. Really, really good. Do you Steve, be yourself, as always, Steve. He said, honestly, us, Liverpool can't bench either one of the big money forwards. Slot must find a way, or a new manager will. I agree. Steve, you probably know my thoughts on this. I want us to play a 4-4-2 diamond. And if people are not confident about that, hold on. Salah, you got to shoot now. You got to shoot. To be faster. The hell is that, McAllister? What the hell is that, McAllister? Honestly, Salah should have shot. But I think he's trying to be the team player because people have criticized him that it doesn't work for the team. A la Jamie Carragher. That was terrible. Why didn't McAllister shoot there? Okay. So I agree with you there, Steve. I've been wanting a 4-4-2 down formation for quite a while, and also if the coach wanted to play with a back three, because that you can't rule that out. If we had signed Mark Gahey, if you look at the signs we made, it would have. I would have ruled it out in terms of us playing a back three with Gay on the left, Van Dijk, and then you've got Konate on the right side of the back three. Then you've got Joe Gomez, you've got Leone as your backups, and Robertson on the left hand side for emergency. So it could have worked as well. But I feel like I'm not the biggest fan of playing with back three, but for some teams it works. But my point is playing with a front two. You're able to play the game in a different manner. We won't be as predictable as everyone else because pretty much every team plays with a front three. Just give me 1 second, guys. I need to plug in my charger. I'll be back very shortly. Okay, I'm back. Apologies, actually forgot to charge my phone, my laptop there. Too much power from TK to Verts. Salah shoot. Oh, not gonna lie, I kind of like that improvisation there from Ekitike. It wasn't the cleanest of hits. Try to kind of just loop it into the corner. Look how the team has just changed the way they're playing now. Everyone just feels uplifted because Salah's on the pitch. People try and paint like Salah's a problem. This is why I've been frustrated with, you know, s- some of the reactions from some fans where they've really disrespected Salah and what he's done for the club. This shows me that they're playing for him because he's just brought up a different spark of out of everyone here. Decent effort from Ekitike. Ekitike looks, very much lively today. No other club benches are prime Isak or prime Coutinho. Yeah, it's true. You got to find a solution. You got to find a formula. So it's very interesting that Ozan asked me that could XTK play left wing? I think he could, but it's not his natural position. So you're making someone kind of adjust to a new role and just pretty much be there to fit into this to the system. I don't know. I feel like as a front two, that it could work. It's just that it needs a lot of work, if that makes sense. They felt a bit disjointed against Inter Milan. When you're playing as a front two, you've got to be quite close together. Oh, going back, come on. Ozzy said, damn, Joe Gomez injured yet again. Ozzy, the man's body just can't handle consistent games week in, week out. Yeah, it's such a shame because he's a very talented player. He really is. Nice pass from Verts to McAllister. Ekitike. Go on, Ekitike, shoot. To Salah. Salah, shoot. No, Szoboszlai. Way with a Federer from Szoboszlai. Not the right option for me. Hopefully, he's not a big injury for Joe Gomez. Really isn't. Anfield will go ballistic if Salah scores before going to AFCON. Yeah, I agree, Ozan. Mo Salah should have shot there. I agree. I don't even know what McAllister was doing. Of course, he's trying to follow the ball and shoot, but add some power to it, for God's sake. Well, you're not going to score like that. There is a goalkeeper in the goal, by the way. Absolutely tame effort there from McAllister. Ekitike has to put that in the target. Not gonna lie, was that the shot that curled it wide? I apologies. I hear you. I just think he didn't clean hit. I think he kind of snatched that a little bit. But McAllister for me should have scored in that moment there. So was I sent that ball all the way back to Leipzig? Ozzy? Yeah, he did. Canate to Jones. Go on, Verts. There you go. Climbed in so well. TK Salah. Right, handball. Come on, man, that was blatant. Why it take you so long to blow your whistle? To be fair, that player, Kadioglu, I do rate him as a talented player, you know. Very good player. Can play left back, right back, left wing, right wing. Very versatile. Signed in from Fenerbahce, I believe. Was like, we'll try and cross it towards the penalty box, I think. Oh, who's that? Yeah, it's a corner. I don't shot that. Was it McAllister? Oh yeah, he did. Well, where did the corner come from? They got deflected. Not sure about that. We'll take it. But loses the ball, unfortunately, to Minte. Ruta. I was having a conversation. Is it just me or is Kurt developing to Ronaldo 2.0? Do you know what? That's a great comparison. I hear it, you know? Because that was the idea from Jurgen Klopp that he wanted Jones to be like Wijnaldum. Like he mentioned it in interviews as well. So I think that's a great comparison. I remember Wijnaldum used to be a number 10 through his younger days at Feyenoord. Actually, in fact, he played predominantly because I remember when he first broke through, like as an 18-year-old, he had that long braids as well. He was a left winger or right winger. Like he used to play on the wing. Right winger was his primary position. We were actually linked to him as well when he was a young 18-year-old. Under Rafa Benitez, I believe. That's what my memory's telling me. And when he came over to the Premier League for Newcastle, he was pretty much an attacking midfielder, but played on the left hand side or through the middle. and yeah, Jurgen Klopp converting him in that industrious CM role. It worked to the T, and I see it. I see the similarities. Um, yeah, it's a great shout. To be fair, I do see those comparisons. Solid in possession, constant pressing, progressive playing, just a reliable player. Yep, totally agree with you on that one. And that's why you need players like that in the squad. I know a lot of fans aren't, you know, very fond of Curtis Jones or don't rate him very highly. I've always liked him. With that player in your squad, firstly, he's a scouser. I'm not saying he gets to be there because he's a scouser, but because he is a scouser, he's from the city. He has that connection with the fans. He's a boyhood red. So that, you've automatically got someone that's going to show passion in every game. Doesn't matter how bad the team have been producing, he will definitely give his all. But from a technical point, remember, he used to be a number 10, kind of like Wijnaldum as well, and had to adapt to playing this way. And he's shown for me his strengths over the years. And the only issue for me, in my eyes, is injuries. He picks up injuries when he's hitting great form. Touch wood, he doesn't do that today. Um, and that's the only reason why he hasn't, become a mainstay in the team. But even if he's not a mainstay in the team, if we have better quality players, for example, you've got to have that kind of player in the squad. He knows what it means to represent Liverpool, but he's very vocal. You see on the pitch, he's always communicating. So he's a talker. You need a talker on the pitch as well. So for me, that's how I like to see it, to be fair. Uh, they're not a sexy type style player, Ozzy, but he just does all the things. Yeah, exactly. Bro is glazing for Jones too much. I know you don't like Jones too much, Steve, but no, that's fair enough. That's your opinion. I like Jones, to be fair. I think he's a very talented player. He's bang average. I don't think he's bang average. I think he's a good player. And Ozan's not agreeing with that either. Um, we're touching 40 minutes now. Got a free kick. First of all, like, not the best of deliveries. But was like to Grandbeck. That's good. Oh, lucky. Slightly overplayed with that touch. Jones with the block there, not enough. Minte still has the ball. Kanate makes a crucial block there. Salah on the ball. Oh, good pass there. Salah to Kirke, switching play. Kirke's to Verts. Go on, Verts. Oh, Van Heck with the block. Go on, Grandbeck, shoot. Decent effort there from Grav. Uh, sorry. This says, tell me what he's better at than compared to McAllister. I talk about currently or overall. So I think Jones is number one, stronger on the ball in comparison to McAllister. I think he has more stamina. He plays with more energy, more aggression. Technically, I think McAllister probably has a better range, but I feel like Jones has the better final pass in advanced positions, in my opinion. Um, he's quicker than him. Yeah, for large parts, I would say, especially this season, I feel like those qualities that I mentioned, they've been highlighted a lot, and that's the concern when you've got a player like McAllister who was oozing class when we first signed him. Um, and with me, speaking lyrical about Jones, Groundberg, oh, not good. Hold on, converts, get it? Yes, he can. Go on, Verts to Sobo. Van Dijk. Oh, take a little bit short there for Kirkes. Sorry, I'll go back to the comment. Oh, lovely backflip there from. Sorry. So yeah, I think that's probably more overall, and I think this season has been highlighted even further. But I will say this, if we were to sign like a Belieber or like a Water, I feel like Water is really good. I don't think he'd be a starter, but he's a player that you can bring off the bench. As Ozan kind of mentioned, he does. He's not stylistically the most amazing player. Of course, I feel like he still has very good attributes where he's good at ball carrying. His passing is very consistent. He doesn't give the ball away much, so that's very important for me. McAllister gives the ball away far too much, gets pushed around far too much as well. So I don't like to see that in a midfield, especially when you're playing a double pivot. You've got to have a bit of a bite about yourself, and I don't think McAllister has it. Hence why I've said to you guys that look, if we can cash in on in next summer, let's do it. I don't think that's the profile we need anymore now. When we played with a 4-3-3 and he played as a left side number 8, it worked because you had someone like a number 6 playing alongside him or behind him, I should say. I just feel like maybe I'm going off by what I'm seeing in recent weeks in this season. I just don't feel like he's played to his level, and I don't know. Hopefully, he can rediscover that prime form that he showed, but I'm not seeing it, to be fair. And some players peak early as well. So if he goes over to Italy or Spain, for me, he will be able to be a bit more adaptable in that kind of environment because it's played at a slower pace. Salah, oh, lovely flick there for Ekitike. No, that's fair challenge there. Oh, Ekitike, who you passing it to? There's no one there. Crazy moment there from Ekitike. There was no one there that he was trying to cross to. Kankis looks decent so far today. Great play from Jones. Jones to McAllister. Salah cutting. Has to hold up the ball. See? He doesn't do that. Hold on. So there's a lot going in the match. Kadioglu. Salah tracking back to help Hudson Bosley. They're gonna have to work as a duo because we don't really have a natural right back in that position. Uh-oh. Oh, good block there from Konate. He's done that a couple of times so far today. Albert seems to be hurt there. Excuse me. Um, what was I saying? Right now, based on form, everything, Jones can only dream the type of goals that I'll probably give the edge on McAllister in terms of shooting. That I'll probably say. Jonathan and Striker, though, we're talking about goal scoring, talking about pure football skills. A World Cup champion can't be a bad player. Messi carried that score, not McAllister. The thing is, you have to remember, guys, that was a few years ago now. So, yes, he's a World Cup winner and deserves all the respect for that. But currently, I think there has been a slight decline in his game. Whether that's short term or long term, we'll have to wait and see. Because you do get players, that do peak early as midfielders and end up, adapting their role or whatnot. But I feel like in this formation, when you're playing with a double pivot and having a number 10 as well, I know he's wearing this number 10 shirt, but I don't like him in that number 10 role. I really don't. Because in my eyes, the way I would envision a number 10 to play is someone aggressive on the half 10 and playing like a second striker almost. But he doesn't really have that ability for me. Um, and in a double pivot, if he's playing alongside a proper DM, he would offer the right balance. Against Gravenberch, I think it's a good balance as well. This year, I would say, though, the tactics have been tweaked where I think Gravenberch's had a bit more free roll. So then what happens is McAllister ends up being the player that plays in a more sort of deeper position. And because of that, he's getting exposed. He's getting pushed around. People are running past him like he's not there. So that's my sort of opinion based on McAllister. And look, he's still a Liverpool player. He's always going to get my support. But I just haven't seen the levels that he has produced in the last two years for us. And I need to see more from him because I feel like Liverpool are screaming for a number 6 in this team. Gravenberch can play that role, but I would like a natural number 6 alongside him. So I think that would give us the right balance. He's able to play more of a box to box. And let's pick the scenario. Let's say that number 6 gets injured. We know Gravenberch is more than adequate to come in and do that job. So this gives you a lot of strength and depth in that role. Um, but yes. Do you agree to disagree? Oz? That's all good, bro. No problem at all. Um, I could be wrong as well. It's just the way I'm looking at the game. Maybe it's recency bias. I don't know because previously I probably would have said Jones starts ahead of McAllister because I feel like McAllister's technical ability is superior to Jones. I'll say that right now as well. But he's not doing the basics for me, and that's why we look quite fragile in that midfield. Um, But yeah, look, I want McAllister to show his true ability. He's shown it in slight glimpses here and there, but not enough for me. But that's halftime, 1-0 to the Reds. So what we'll do now is we'll have a short break. I'll try and catch my breath. I've been coughing non-stop. And then once I'm back, we'll watch the second half. And yeah, feel free to send your comments in, whether it's about the game or anything Liverpool related or just football or general talk. It's all good. We'll be back. We'll have a bit of a chit chat and yeah, hopefully we can continue to play in the same manner, in a more positive light, and hopefully we can secure the 3 points today. So yeah, I'll be back very shortly. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Welcome back, guys. Second half has just begun. Looks like there's no changes to the teams. I don't think. A touch from Salah. Oh, free ball. Oh, good. Interception there from Ozwrld. Liverpool on the counter again. Oh, Vert's foul there. Definite free kick. I saw Isak and Chiesa warming up during the break, so hopefully they will be involved in some shape or form. Ground back to Szoboszlai. Come on, ref, he's dragging him. Van Dijk. Hey, too much. Oh, go on, Van Dijk. Mazy run there from the centre back. Oden's comment says the fade ensures we'll secure the 3 points today. I hope. I hope so. So I hope it brings us some good luck. But against some that are slot out, including myself, to be fair, um, might not want that. But look, I want Liverpool to win first and foremost. And I'm not the biggest fan of the coach right now, but my team needs to get back to winning ways. That's the most important thing for me. Good interception there from Ekitike. Shoot! Oh, great turn there. What I love about watching Ekitike is the the weight of touches that he does when he dribbles. It's almost perfect. It really is. It's perfection. Because the way he just went past 2 players and didn't overplay and then had enough space to shoot. Honestly, such a great player in terms of his dribbling. Glides with the ball. And it makes it look easy. You think that's just a normal thing a footballer should do. But we've had footballers over the years in our team that have the first touch have been quite shocking, and then second and third have been probably worse. So, oh my gosh, oh god, oh they should have buried it. Oh, that was a chance. You're right, Ozzie. It did look like there was a deflection there. I know. How could he have missed that? It was the perfect pass. Let's have a look. Reefer, it is a tap in. I agree. No, you've got to bury those. Can I say relieved? A relieved man indeed. We'll probably put on Welbeck at some point. He's got 7 goals so far in the season. Wow, not bad at all. Ooh, most of poor pass there from Rifa. Roberto makes a clearance. Jones take a TK. Nice turn from Welbeck. Jones shoots. No, deflected and caught by the keeper. Steve says need an insurance buffer. Go here, Oz. I agree with you on that one. Because Brighton have shown moments where they can definitely trouble us. So was lie. Oh, his Salah in the end. Riono slots tactics allow the opponent back in the game. Yeah. I don't know if it's deliberate, but yeah, that's how it comes across, doesn't it? Yeah. And I don't want us to go defensive. I want us to bring on Isak, who's on my screen right now. I want to see Chiesa come onto the pitch as well. For me, I'd bring on Isak for Ekitike, and then I'd bring on Chiesa for McAllister, and then play Verts in the number 10 role. – 55 minutes played. Think it's about time we start getting a few players warmed up and make some changes. Gomez. Oh my God. That Gruder. Decent effort there from the German. I was gonna say, holy moly, they're knocking out our door. You could argue that guy also should have scored. I think it was I think the previous one that was a poor miss. That was at point blank range. Gruda, I think definitely should hit the target because of course he's dragged it wide there. But the Gomez one, yeah, there should at least be 1-1 up, 1-1 scoreline right now. Liverpool need to react. We need to get the second goal. Oh, lovely turn there from Salah. Oh, Bakayoko read that very well. Rifa. So weird seeing him playing right back. That's not his role. He's predominantly he's basically a bona fide CDM, wasn't he? And look, if they bring on Welbeck, he's experienced enough to know where the back of the net is. So let's have a look at their bench actually. Gibbon Ive there. So they've got Warbeck, Costalus. I'm not too familiar with him. Milner. Ah, James Milner's there. We got to him. Pascagli, Mitoma. Oh my gosh, so Mitoma's made the bench. But I don't know if they'll risk him because he's just returned from a long layoff. You've got Ayari, good box to box midfielder, De Koifa, and then you've got Veltman. So you look towards Welbeck and Mitoma that can come in and change the game for them. Believer. What have you guys made of Believer's performance today? Hold on, Salah's through. Salah to TK. Cut and shoot. Come on. Unlucky. Good effort there. Salah did the right thing to lay that ball off to XTK. Well, before he even received it. Vertus dummy there. Right thing to do. To have no concept of what happened there. Yeah, that's definitely a yellow, isn't it? Paul McClaren says that must have hurt. Yeah, it should be. That's the difference between Ekitike and Isak. In general terms, I know Isak hasn't been in great form, but that's down to fitness more than anything else. Like the chances that Ekitike has created today, Isak buries them. Oh, look at that. Salah shoots. Not the best of passes there from Ekitike, but I love this touch. Look at this touch. Through the player's legs. That pass was too square there for Salah. But nonetheless, still hits a good effort on goal. From ahead from what I say. I have a nice believer to be fair, Ozzie. Gruda and Gomez. Yeah, I agree. Hasn't been impactful today, I don't think. McAllister got in Salah's way. He must... Come on. There you go. He's just looking at the crowd like, how dare you doubt me? Come on, Ekitike. He's not the complete striker in terms of, I feel like he's still got work to do in terms of the final pass and his shooting. But my God, when he gets there, he's going to be an elite striker. Great finish there. Undroppable Hugo. At this stage, yeah, I have to agree with you, Ozan. He is undroppable. That cross was fantastic by Salah. I've been saying this for a few weeks. I've liked Salah producing corner kicks from that side of the pitch. With in swingers coming in like that, it gives us a different set piece altogether. With most of our players being predominantly right-footed. Come on, Salah. Great delivery there. Honestly, you can argue Believer should have blocked that Hugo header, Ozzie. Yeah. Totally. That's why he's not my number one target for DM. But he's definitely in my top five, to be fair. Like, he's talented, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the amount of money that Brian won is far too inflated. Oh, now the fans are supporting Salah. Yeah, okay. I hope it's not the same people that were being disrespectful in the last few days. Unfortunately, that's football fans for you. We can be hypocritical, can't we? Yeah, let me get the scoreboard up. Why am I still showing you guys the subs? Let me put the scoreboard. There you go. 2-0 to the Reds. Okay, TK to Verts. Go on, Verts. Aye. The cleanest of first touches there. Signing of the year, Hugo for me. In terms of Liverpool, 100%. I would agree with that. Verts is slowly showing his quality, but I don't think he's showing his true ability, if that makes sense. I feel like there's a lot more from Verts. And that should be scary because right now he's showing good form, but I know he can do more. But Ekitike, I expected Ekitike to do well for us, but the way he's done it, I feel like he's done it with real ease. Like he's adapted from day one and looks very accomplished in that Liverpool shirt. So yeah, I have to agree with you. I think he's been one of our best signings so far. So I mentioned this fella earlier on. Ayari is coming on to replace Gruda. I believe is coming off, and he's been replaced by Mitoma. Bloody hell. That means Mitoma's on the left. Gomez goes back to his centre midfield role, which is where he predominantly plays. Listen, us, when is your client gonna score or even just assist in the Prem? I was hoping it'd be today, but hasn't got the luck of the green, unfortunately. So we're patiently waiting. It'll come. It'll come in due course. Cardioglu. Minte. Good play there from Kerkez, obstructing the right winger there. Kerkez had a good game today. I've been quite impressed with him. Blocked him in the right moment there. Had he gone through, could have been a goal. Allison on his weaker foot. That first touch was too clean from Jones. Needed to bring it forward rather than back at him. Oh, so was like as well. McAllister, l- just not enough zip on that pass. The idea was right to try and find Salah on the run. Nutmeg there on McAllister. But Sabozai has the ball. Go on, Groundwork. Not the best of passing, but Sabozai. Sorry, Salah keeps him playing for Sabozai. Honestly, guys, I want to get that third goal. We were 2-0 up against Leeds United. I'm not saying that's going to occur or anything like that, but 2-0 is always that risky scoreline. Here's my client throwing verts. McAllister, good first time pass there. Can Salah get it? Oh, dunk. He used all this pace there to try and get that last ditch tackle. Ended up working for him, but he looks like he's probably pulled a muscle. He's stretching his legs now. Cardioglu is on an amazing run. Mitoma. Oh, Mitoma, so silky, man. Oh, he's one guy that can just score them goals, right? So silky on the ball. Surprised he didn't hit the target there. Let's have a look at the replay again. Great play between him and Ruta. I'll be honest with you, Sabozza does really well to obstruct him a little bit, leaning on his back there. Has Sabozza not applied that pressure, I think he would have curled into the bottom corner. Oh, for God's sake, Sabozza is on the ground in pain, left ankle. Oh dear God, if he goes, we all fall down, honestly. Was it the landing? That's the thing. Those injuries where you land awkwardly are actually the worst ones. Let's have a look. I think he hit Van Dijk's heel. No, that's not a great angle. That's more of an angle for the effort towards goal. Oh no. Hopefully it's not bad news. Oh, that's saying I want one more. I agree. We need to get at least one more just to add a bit of a cushion to the scoreline. One day Mitoma should have scored FFS. Man, this defense, yeah. Look at the goals. Ekitike, fantastic finish there, honestly. And then the header. Neat finish from close range. Well, you got to bury them, isn't it? So great moment there from Hugo. No, if Szoboszlai's not able to continue, Jones can be an option at right back. Actually, no, we've got Calvin Ramsey on the bench. Why do we not bring on Calvin Ramsey earlier on? And let Szoboszlai play midfield. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm not saying he's fantastic or anything like that, but he's a actual right back, and I feel like he could do a decent job here and there. I'm not saying he's the answer or the solution for the team. But we don't have many options. So surprised not going to the pitch yet. Good punch away there from Allison. Dunk. God, the ugly. Excuse me, Minter. Good pressure there from Kirkes. Yeah, he's hurt himself there. Smashing into the advertisement board. I wasn't done out of maliciousness. They were both going for the ball there. Lante. Ay, ay, ay. Suppose that's back. Oh, good, good interception there from Gravenberch. Also in the comments says, we go above Neverton and Scum United in the table if this result holds 6. It's improvement. It's an improvement. Getting forward with the movement standing. Oh yeah. In terms of where we finish at the end of the season, we have to be in the top 4. Not even a debate. The Lucy says slot in people are already saying we can still win the league. What? I'd love to know what they're smoking because look, I don't mean to be rude, but we're not winning the league. No way. I understand you being in support of the coach, which is fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but we're miles away from the title race. Arsenal aren't a team that are going to drop many points this season. Of course, they'll get a lot of draws here and there, but you know, we've had six or so defeats, isn't it? So I think, and I'll be quite frankly with you, even to mention the league title is ridiculous. We shouldn't even be thinking about the league. We're not even in the top 4 yet. Let's get some stability. Let's be in around those positions, and let's take it a game at a time. If we're close to Arsenal by the end of Jan, for example, not even end of Jan, by the end of this month, if we are in the top 4 and we're like 6, 7 points away, then outside chance. But no, I think it goes beyond that because don't want to sound like a downer, but even today, we're 2-0 up. Yes, it looks, like it's been a clean, easy performance. It really hasn't. If Brighton were, hold on, guys. Salah, it's all you, Salah. It's all you, Salah. Shoot. Handball? No, no handball given. Take a TK. Shoot. Oh, you got to score your hat trick. Ah, fella. Come on, you got to shoot. You got to pull the trigger there. Go on, Sopo. Great play there from Sobbo, honestly. Guy's a machine. Is he hurt? Oh, I hope not. Yeah, it looks like he's injured. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. I know he had a back injury about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so hopefully it's not that serious. Good cover there from Jones, teaming up with Ozwrld against Mitoma. Van Heck, good touch there. But look, no one's pressuring these centre backs. Isak's coming on, but who is he replacing? Robertson is also coming on. Okay, great performance from Ekitike. Really lively performance today. So pleased that he was one of our summer signings. Such a great talent, honestly. And there's more to come. More to come from the young striker. Steve said, what percentage chance would you give us to actually win the league? I was based on FSG keeping slot. Keeping slot? 2%? I just don't see it. I really don't. And some will be like, oh, that's disrespectful. We just won the league last season. How can you say 2%? He's not showing me the same level of management that he showed last year, whether it's from a tactical point of view or whether it's the profile players that he's starting and benching. It's not the same. It's a new season altogether. He had the blueprint last year, but he scrapped the blueprint and wants to do his own thing right now. So when you want to do something fresh like that, takes time to work. And right now we're in the process of playing the way he wants to play, but hasn't been good enough for me. Graham says, Slot must really hate Kaiser. Graham, I generally have no idea what their gender is, but I agree with your sentiment. He must hate him. Despite what he said in the press conference, saying, "Oh, really like the player. I really like the human being." No, you don't. So you're not inviting him to your IB for parties. You're mugging him off in terms of not playing him games. It's not how you choose someone that you like, is it? Salah, oh, just a bit too much on that through ball, but I like the idea. And look, you notice Salah in a central role there? He can play that number 10 role for me. Not saying you're going to play like Florian Wirtz or like that kind of level, but he can produce those kind of through balls. I feel like he can play that role. I really do. Needs to play more centrally rather than on the right hand side, in my opinion. Looks like we've switched to a 4-4-2 with Isak and Salah up top. So that's very interesting right now. Good interception there from Jones. Ozzy says, "I'll go one step further, Ozzy. 3%." I love the positivity there, Ozan. This dude finding it funny. I just like any human being who hates someone for no reason. Yeah, look, it's really weird. It's sometimes with a coach and a player, it's personal. They just don't get along, or he's not his type of player. But I don't know if it's from a personal point of view, if it's from a footballing point of view, or if it's both. I don't know. Oh, Kosulas, remember this fella. He's a striker, isn't he? He's just come on. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what it is. He generally does not like him at all. Good touch there from Isak. Salah to Jones. Go on, Jones. Go. Oh, look at those. Look at those skills. Go on, Jones. Go on, fella. Twinkle toes right there. Robbo's on the pitch as well. Just realised. Oh, Tyson on the same wavelength there. Come on, ref. Come on. Vanek is saying, what the heck? He's not a lot more solid. He's not looked that good today to me. Oh, there we go. There's our boy. Federico Chiesa is replacing. So was like, oh, is he plays? He was like right back. Nah, this coach is taking a mick. Maybe if KSI he would not work out, but he deserves a chance. Listen, you know, to cancel a player and not give him a chance is not fair. And I think when he has performed, he's always played to a good level. I think this has been very impactful. Last year, I would understand Slot's reasoning for not playing him because he was barely fit, and when he was fit, he wasn't up to speed in terms of adjusting to the physicality of the league, the speed of the game. He wasn't in sync. But this season he is, in my opinion. I'm not saying completely, but he is. Like he's very much been our best player off the bench. But how many times is he going to come off the bench? How many times is he going to get 10 or so minutes to play every time he makes a cameo? It's not fair. Mitoma on the ball. Good block there from Klanza. Klanza has done really well today. Has made plenty of crucial blocks. Salah almost nicking off Kadioglu. I was saying 83rd minute is better than stoppage time. Yeah, I agree. He's got a bit of an upgrade in terms of the minutes. Granted, he should have started. Giving him a few minutes at the end is not fair. I think he should have started as well, based on the players that we. I would have gone for Kiers on the left, Verts in the number 10, and Saboza on the right. If Slot didn't want to start Salah, I probably would have gone for Salah and on the right, Kiers on the left, and uh Verts on the number 10 role with XT cap top. Toma, Tominte, someone's on the ground. I believe it's McAllister. Is he concussed? He seems to be in quite a bit of pain. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's the landing. I think he's winded more than anything else, but you still can't be sure. Because he landed on the side of his body, I don't want to sound dramatic. It's one of those things where he might have broken a rib or something along those lines. So let's hope it's nothing too serious, and it's just a case of him losing his breath, and he'll be back up and running very soon. I was gonna say, I recognize that old man. He looks like he hasn't aged either, to be honest with you. He looks like he's in his mid-20s still. How old is Bill? Is he like he must be like 40 now, no? 39, he's 40 next month. He's 40 in a couple of weeks' time. That's unbelievable, honestly. What a professional. And great reception here from Anfield. Fully deserved. Arsenal fans have so much respect for him, and rightfully so. Won every single trophy in club football. That is only one James Millard. Honestly, I agree. I still feel like he's so underrated or underappreciated, I should say, by the neutrals. I think by Liverpool, I think we do appreciate. Oh my God, sorry. I thought Dunk was going to score a header there. It's a corner kick. All we need now, the Chiesa assist to Isak to wrap up the game and make it 3-0 for the Reds. Corner kick again. Good clearance there from Isak. Ref blowing the whistle. What's going on? Kajal was taking a long time to find his position there. Just getting ready to place themselves in the right position in case someone jumps on the pitch. I don't think anyone will, to be fair. It's not that much of an achievement that we're winning 2-0 against Brighton, although some fans will say it is, to be fair. Welbeck, Minter, Kadioglu. I Where was shot there? From the Turkish international. 8 minutes of stoppage time. Steve why is Jones giving Keys an earful? He ain't the right back. I missed that, to be fair. Might just be positioning and not happy with his involvement there, but I didn't see them argue. 8 minutes seems a bit lengthy, no? The fourth official explaining why it's 8 minutes. Go on, Salah. Ayari. Oh, good block there from going back. Kaiser. Great run from Kaiser. Kaiser. Oh, that was a sublime effort towards Salah. The dunk. Had he been a few inches shorter, that would have definitely got to Salah. Minte. Good delivery there from the winger. Go on, Salah. Finds Robertson. Oh, great pass from Robbo to Chiesa. Go on, Chiesa, shoot. To Salah. Oh, he's hit over the bar. Oh, so unlucky there. That was a good pass from Chiesa. Nicely weighted because it wasn't like a slow pass. I think Chiesa should have gone for goal himself, but he realized there was more players around him. I shinned it. Shinned it, unfortunately. Minte. Oi, Allison. How did you not get a hand on the ball there? That's the first mistake Allison's made today that I can recollect. Or then the comment says, Holy moly, Ozzy, with Mo's assist to Hugo, he's now broken the record for most GA for any single club in Premier history. 276. Wayne Rooney second. Wow. That is an unbelievable stat there. Mo Salah is what Mo Salah does. He breaks records all day long. He really does. Who's hurt? To be fair, Kirkis has worked his socks off, so if he's got a bit of cramp, it is what it is. Oh, great touch from Salah to Keza. Keza to Isak. Go on, Isak. Isak, you're going too wide. Come on, Isak. Look how positive Keza's been since he's come on. Honestly, don't know what Slot's problem is. Okay, he's giving that free kick away. He's definitely gonna get dropped by Snotman for the next game. Minte, good cross from Minte. Salah on the run. Who's that on the left? Who's that on the left? It's Robbo. Oh, Salah! Awful pass there. I know it was a left back and a centre back, but come on, at least give them a chance. Ah, Minte unable to keep in play there. Towards Liverpool with a goal kick. Like toe punted them more than anything. He needed to hit it with the outsiders, but they're a little bit more so it's just swerves more towards the left hand side. Not sure allow the free kick. Only moments away until we secure all 3 points today. Alisson the goal kick. Go on, Salah. Oh, one of the best of touches there. Good block there from McAllister. Great play, Robbo. Isak. Robbo keeps in play. To Salah. Wow. Literally was close to the edge of the box. Good play there from Robbo. And that is all 3 points secured. I need to see how Salah reacts right now. Is it just a normal clap at that of the hands to the fans, or is this a goodbye? Let's see. Mm. Good to see Salah in positive spirits there. Man, like, why didn't you give me that free ball? Let's go through the comments before. A lot of fans are still sticking around. There are quite a few empty seats. I think people are just anticipating to see something. It's still a full house, so the fans have not left. This doesn't seem like a farewell. He's just clapping the fans. Doesn't look emotional or anything like that. Let's go through the comments, guys. Um, I'll keep an eye on my eye out in terms of Salah's reaction right now. See, so Liverpool chickens are coming for you next week. Okay. Good win, Ozzy. I agree. Good win indeed. Um, Mo Salah's name is being sung across the stadium right now. It looks like it was just a normal, you know, round of applause to the fans. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if the club communicates to me, look, please don't react afterwards. Just keep it professional and don't add kind of more issues to the constitution. I wouldn't be surprised if they would have communicated. But look, maybe we're clutching. But look, if what we're seeing is authentic, it means that Salah still has a future at the club, which I would be very happy with. Whether that is the case or not, only time will tell, guys. Daz, big up Daz always says, yo, Ozzy, it starts 1 a.m. tonight, the wrestling. 1 a.m. Yes, it does start at 1 a.m. 11 p.m. pre-show. Okay, the pre-show is quite early. I don't normally tune into the pre-shows, but I might do today with it being John Cena's final match today. And then Daz saying big up to Ozan. No go meant for Mo Salah tonight. Yeah, he's unlucky. But the assist gives me the yeah. Not got a couple more assists to be fair, but I think in general, good play from him, good impact off the bench. And let's hope that is not his last performance. But yes, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to, let's go from the top. Thank you to Ozan. Thank you to Graham. Thank you to Steve. Who else do we have? Thank you to Steve, Dallas Cowboys, and thank you to Daz as well for your comments. Appreciate your engagement as always, guys. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now, in terms of upcoming show, I will be doing a match reaction tonight, but I am not sure what time I'll be going live. I plan on going live at 10 p.m. I think that would be a safe bet. It will allow me to do roughly about an hour of a show, and then I can go on and watch my wrestling today. So, slightly earlier than planned, but I guess we can still discuss the game, talk about the plus points into how he performed, still look at areas where we can improve, speak about Salah, speak about Arnold Slot. You know, we can have a discussion later on tonight. Uh, if for some reason my time slot changes and I'm going either earlier or later, best thing to do is hit that notification bell so you know exactly what time I'm scheduled to go live. And then come in and join in and get involved in the live chat. If you'd like to call in, I'll have a link pinned in the live chat, and you're more than welcome to come on the show and have your say. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to speak with you all very, very soon. Goodbye.